So it looks like the Dallas Mavericks are going to be trading Klay Thompson. I'm guessing it's probably why Klay Thompson has been cooking the last couple of games off the bench. I'm guessing that's probably why. Klay Thompson has been absolutely cooking because he does not want to be in Dallas. Klay took a massive pay cut, and this is why I say this. I don't think when people are like, "Oh, players, take a pay cut to win." Take your money, man. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, you could take a pay cut to win, and then all of a sudden, because you took a pay cut to win, your salary now becomes a tradable salary, and this team is trying to get another winning player. This team's trying to get another winning player on their roster, so they trade you for said player. Like, there's situations that can very easily happen. Like, these organizations, unless it is literally the Dallas Mavericks and your name is Dirk Nowitzki, they don't care about you. Unless it's Mark Cuban's Dallas Mavericks, because Nico Harrison did not care one bit about Dirk. I'm just trying to think, there's very, very few organizations that really care about individual players. Maybe the Warriors and Steph. Probably the Warriors. Definitely the Warriors and Draymond, in fairness. But, yeah, it's just all around just a bad situation for Klay Thompson because he's on a okay deal. Like, if he's going to give you 17 points a game, he's on a pretty okay deal. Like, I don't think it's the worst contract in the world. And it's a somewhat tradable asset. Klay out here mentally preparing Mavs or not, reality check. Man's basically saying, cool. And my skyline might change, but just hope it comes with champagne and rings. Mavs fans, trade him for what dude's value is worth. He's now starting to play basketball again. And Klay Thompson will always have trade value. One of those contending teams is going to say, we can get Klay Thompson. If we can get Klay Thompson as best for 1 year, the problem is you're tied into Klay for another year. And that's the only problem. If he was an expiring, then it's something. If he was an expiring contract, then he'd be in a very, very different position. We'd be talking about Klay in a very, very different way. But he's not an expiring contract. And that's where I'm just like, it's a real tough one. It's a real tough one if you're a team trading for him. But it's also a tough one if you're the Mavs because it's like, you don't want to keep him. And you can't really keep him. You can't really keep a player like Klay who's actually now performing and is going to help your team win when you're trying to lose. Especially when he is not that great of an asset. He's an old player, and look, you're not going to get a pick back for him. You're not going to get anything crazy. But, you might get an expiring. You might get an expiring, and you kind of do need to hit in free agency. It is... it's just not a good situation when it comes to the Mavs or Klay, because it's his value will never be lower. Because again, he's 35 years old and he's on a lot of money. This was his last payday. Later on in his career, if he keeps playing for more than 2 or 3 more years, and we can't forget, Klay's old. I know, I still feel like I'm the 16-year-old that was watching a young Klay Thompson break out in 2013 as part of the Splash Brothers in year 3, or in year 2. I still feel like I'm that 18-year-old that's watching Klay Thompson become an all-star. But I'm old. I'm getting old. I'm pushing 30. I'm pushing 30. So I gotta really, really, I gotta figure my shit out. And if I gotta figure my shit out, he's a lot older than me. He's definitely in a position where he's got to make sure he has his shit figured out as well. And yeah, it is now a situation when it comes to with Klay and the Mavs where I think the Mavs just need to tear it all down. You keep Cooper Flagg, you keep Derek Lively, and then everyone else. You can trade anyone else. It should have been you keep Quentin Grimes, but they already traded him. Quentin Grimes should have been on this team. Like, he should. There's no reason to have traded Quentin Grimes. There was no reason to have traded him. But either way, it's just a tough one, and it's a tough one for Mavs fans when you expect to be good. And I feel so bad for Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson literally, he took a huge pay cut. He could have went to the Lakers. And by the way, he could have taken all his money to go to the Lakers because LeBron James was going to take a pay cut if Klay Thompson played. And Klay went to the Mavs to specifically play with Luka because he thought there's no way they're going to trade Luka, right? I'm going to go to the Mavs instead of the Lakers because I really want to play with Luka. And within 6 months, Luka was playing on the Lakers. And he lost out on quite a decent chunk of money, albeit whatever team trades for him does not have to pay him when he's so far past his prime. Like, I know Klay's past his prime, but we can still see, like, Klay can still have some good games. It's just now a situation where it's like, yeah, I think his prime is pretty much done. But he can still help, can he? Do you reckon he could still help a team in win? I think he can. I think he can still help a team win, honestly. And I think that he can very much be a shooter, and I think he can still be a smart defender. I don't think his movement is good enough, but I still think that he could be an intelligent defender, and while being an intelligent defender, I think he can still play meaningful playoff minutes. So I wonder what teams are going to be able to trade for him. And if I'm Dallas, like, if you can get just a contract that doesn't last another year, a young player, maybe get a young player that's kind of a team might have given up on, and some salary relief. Because, like, there's no point in tanking next year. Like, you're tanking this year and you're going for it next year, so you need to free up salary space. You need to obviously hopefully get a good draft pick and get a bit worse. So they're in a bit of a tough position. Like, they're in a rebuild, but that rebuild can only really be 1 year because they don't have their picks after that. Unless, of course, they can get some of their picks back in an AD trade. And then, obviously, if it turns out that they get some of their picks back, they can go with the full tank mode then. So, anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys.